Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Know But Listen with Courtney and Cherie. Two new
Good
bombshells have
morning, good
entered the
morning, good
villa,
morning. Yes, we have.
and we have a little Casa girl, too. I am so excited that we are back, baby. When summer, I mean, not summer house, sorry. I keep calling this summer house because they live in a house in the summer. When Love Island comes on, I'm like, summer has started. Summer has
No,
officially
honestly.
started. And I
Hold on,
am
hold
so
on.
excited.
Okay, sorry. My dogs are out.
Oh,
Or my dog. I still say dogs. My dog is out. And so, it's early. Well, it's not early morning, but it's morning time. So
girl,
it's
this is real early for me. This
okay.
is like crack of dawn.
And I'm like hot because I've been moving around all morning. This is 40. But yes, to your point, yes, Love Island is very back. The episodes, the foundation episodes, you got to lay the foundation in there. Sorry, it's going to be Beyonce on this side with the fan blowing because your girl is hot. Um, we had to lay the foundation with the first episodes, and I feel like last night was when I said, okay, we are so back.
Yeah, I'm into it. Okay, so I have a quick little icebreaker game.
Okay.
If you were on Love Island, would you want to be OG, Bombshell, Casa? And like, what do you think your vibe would be? Those could be two separate things.
Okay, so I think I would want to be Bombshell instead of OG, for obvious reasons. Fresh meat,
Mhm.
fresh set. It's always gonna be you're always gonna be more wanted, I feel
Yeah,
like,
it's more exciting.
when you're new. And those people, the bombshells, I think they're sitting in hotel rooms like watching the show or at least being fed things about the
They
show.
get, I think they get certain amount of episodes up until they go. So if they know they're gonna come like episode 5, they might stop showing them like episode 3 or something.
Mm,
So they know, but they don't know too much. They still get a little bit of like surprise.
yeah. So I would definitely want to be a bombshell. And I feel like my vibe would be if I'm going off of this season, if I have to like pick a personality, I feel like I'm more of like a Kata vibe, like,
Mm.
or even a Bea vibe. Like I kind of just march to my own beat. I don't play like the girl games when it comes to men. Like I'm not a girl Melanie type. I'm more of a Bea type. Like I say it, if I see you and I want you, I'm gonna go for you. You know what I mean? Like I'm not gonna take
Yeah,
permission from anybody else, especially in a situation like Love Island. Like these girls are not my friends. I didn't go to high school with these girls.
I
I'm here to
literally
win a
met you
show.
yesterday.
So, you know,
Um, I would also want to come in as a bombshell because I feel like if I were to be cast when I was like in my young era, I felt like I would be cast as original person because I feel like bombshells have like a certain look that
okay.
I don't think I have, but I would want to be a bombshell because, like you said, everyone is so excited about you. Even the girls, Casa girls, they feel like mistresses, like almost like 304s. That's how they always treat them. Like, you're trying to steal my man, where a bombshell is more like they're not as harsh to bombshells, except for girl Melanie. But
Let's get
normally,
into that.
the girls will become friends because like yeah, you're not my friends, but I would still like to be cordial with the girls, you know what I mean? But Casa girls, it's like bitch, we don't even want you in our dressing room.
Yeah, see, that's what I guess I mean by like a bombshell and like what my vibe would be. I don't really, and I have never really, this is something that's never really changed about me as a woman. I don't really give a shit if other girls like me. I don't really care to be cordial if you don't want to be cordial. I'm here to meet men. Like if that's
Exactly.
what my purpose is in this specific situation, then I feel being a girl's girl goes out the window. I don't owe you guys that. I don't
But
even
I don't
know
even
you.
think if you're talking to your friend in the villa's man, that's not being a girl's girl because we're all here to find men.
And
You
I
like
think I mean we can get into it a little bit, but I think it's also about how you approach the situation.
exactly.
Um,
Exactly. That makes you not a girl's girl, is how you approach it. But like, I was actually very proud of Anaya of how she just kind of took it on the chin and just kept it pushing when girl Melanie was like, "Hey, I'm gonna pull Casey," and she's like,
Well, I mean, let's get into the episode then if we're gonna get into that because let's go back to the beginning. When did Girl Melanie and Sincere have a conversation confirming that they were both going to explore? Did I miss that?
I can't pinpoint it, but I feel like that happened. This is what I think. I think girl Melanie thinks she is so hot and she is so used to men falling over her because she is very beautiful.
Hmm.
I think it is kind of like with Kinsey and that man not have never dating a blonde, not caring she's a blonde with big blue eyes. I think they're so confused that they're not hearing anything. He probably said, "Yeah, we're still going to explore our connections, but I'm obsessed with you." And she probably thought, "Sure, you're going to explore your connections. We're locked in." And
No,
then
I
Kata's
think
fine
that
ass
she's
came.
genuinely confused because I don't believe they had that conversation. And the reason why I
I
don't believe
feel
they
like
had
they
that conversation is because I'm noticing a trend with Sincere where he likes to rewrite situations to his benefit because he when he was talking to one of the guys, I forget who, about his conversation with Kata, he stated that he was basically bigging girl Melanie up the entire conversation and that he was
did.
praising
I
her
don't know
the
if that
entire
happened.
time. But I don't remember him praising girl Melanie or doing any of those things. I
I don't
remember
remember
you
that.
sitting there trying to get to know Kata on some can I pull you for a chat type shit. So,
Maybe he didn't. And maybe he just assumed because it's early. Because I'm rewatching season 6 and it is so frustrating to watch Kayla and Aaron just be so about each other immediately. And like, yes, that's the point, but it's also like you can't this early get mad if they're simply pulling girls for chats or simply
well,
pulling another guy for
I'd
chats.
argue that you can get mad if your intentions at up front have been stated clearly. But even Sincere, when he goes back and he talks to all the guys later, he does say out of his mouth, "Yeah, I guess I could have been a little bit more straight up with her." So, sir, you started the
He definitely needed to do
insecurity.
that.
Yeah, he started the insecurities in her as far as that goes. I'm not making excuses for how she's handling it, but Gabriel does tell the guys that Kinsey is more almost more his type than Bella or Bea, sorry. But culturally,
Which I said, then why didn't you pull her?
well, because he felt that culturally they were very different. Which
Oh,
was
wait. And he
interesting.
couldn't pull her because she was on green. That's why he couldn't pull her.
Right, right. But even since, they've been
Yeah. I mean,
trying to
she's
talk and
white girl.
she's like from the South. He's Latino from Miami. Um,
Yeah. She's not like a California white girl that's exposed to culture. She's like
and
from
I just don't really,
Georgia.
yeah, I don't really see that being the vibe. But
No, no, no. He needs someone that's freaky like him. Honestly, she could be a little freaky. She always busting out the splits.
because she showed us something in that challenge that we'll
I
talk
was like,
about in a sec.
okay, Miss Kinsey.
Well, girl Melanie pulls Casey for a chat, which back to our conversation about friends in the villa and how to approach things. I did my knee jerk reaction to that was kind of like skirt because her and Anaya have been really cool. Really cool. Like
Mm-hmm.
Anaya has been the person that she's going to and confiding in about all her
Yeah.
insecurities. So I do think in that specific situation, and then she did say out loud when they were getting ready in the morning, like, I'm gonna pull Casey. And I think she said she was gonna pull Casey. Who's the other person she said she was gonna pull?
Not rem-
Oh, Gabe. Gabe.
okay. I was like, was it Gabe or was it Sean? Do you know Sean is Korean and black?
That makes sense.
No, it does. I thought he was like Thai or Cambodian or something.
Oh, I can't sit and try to figure out which Asian nation he comes from, but he
Just because he's
definitely,
no, just because he's darker and he looks full Asian to me, so I just assumed like a darker islandy, Asian. But yeah,
oh,
he's
I don't know.
black,
I
white, and
have a
Korean.
black and Filipino brother, so and so do you. So that should have checked out for
I
you.
think Sincere and Seven give me the same vibe.
Yeah,
Maybe it's
so
the hair.
yeah, but anyways, yeah, so she pulls him for a chat. She pulls what's it called? Um, Casey for a chat, girl Melanie does. And Anaya is feeling away, obviously. I can get deep and kind of guess why I think Anaya is feeling away. I don't think it's just a friend thing. I think that in the back of Anaya's head, she knows that girl Melanie is a general preference for a lot of Black men.
Yeah.
And
But did Casey, low key, Casey gives me he likes like Black girls that look like us. I mean, girl Melanie does look pretty Black. She does give Dominican, but she's like has very Black features. Um, but he gives me he likes brown skin Black women. But he also gives he's a man and she's beautiful.
well, when they were chatting too, he didn't give me like overly flirtatious or overly interested. It just seemed
Yeah,
like
he
he was
just
kind of being nice and
if anything, Kata, because I want to date Kata. That is one of the most beautiful women I have ever laid my eyes on. Like when she had her hair slicked back, I literally thought I have never seen someone so beautiful.
I'm interested to see what she does with this hair throughout the season though, because whatever extensions she came in with were not
She took them
great.
out. Thank
That's
God. I'm
that's the
happy they
move.
were like clip-ins clearly because
Trinity
I
too.
think
It's
her
like Trinity
rocking,
must have braided her leave out and she has wet and wavy hair, or she probably braided the
yeah,
wig
she
hairs
looks so much better with the hair
much better.
because I think she probably realized, oh, yeah, this humidity is no joke. Because my
Yeah.
hair is very heat trained, but even sometimes in the thickest of humidities, it's it's not gonna work. I have curly hair.
Yeah, no, I no. The I grew up by the beach, and one thing my hair taught me early in life is that humidity, heat train, humidity, it doesn't matter. Even with a perm back in the day, my hair is gonna frizz on the
That's
top.
why I'll
These curls
never
gonna
live at the
pop.
beach. I can't have frizzy hair 24/7.
Everyone plays this business game where the girls have to ask a question, a shady question, and basically pick a corresponding castmate in which they think would match the vibe of said question. So the questions were along the line of, who do you think would take all the credit for a group project?
Wait, why did I say Casey too?
I just thought that was a weird question to ask in this situation.
I think what they were trying to say was like, who do you think will do absolutely nothing but try to take all the credit? And I think that was like the bigger issue because he just seems like the kid in class that's like, it's fun, nice, not
Yeah.
add anything to the group project, but then be like the one to present.
It got a little shady between Kata and girl Melanie
Well, okay.
because
So Mecca made on TikTok, Mecca made a good point that sometimes I forget because I just don't come across these cultures a lot. But she says, haven't you noticed that this season and last season, the Dominican girls are picking on low key the Haitian girls? Because the whole issue with Haiti and Dominican
in
Republic. And
DR,
I
yeah,
said,
yeah, yeah.
I forget they have like a lifelong beef, those two countries, because like, we're not from the East Coast. I don't meet a lot of Haitians or Dominicans. So I forget. And I was like, yes, that kind of makes sense because I'm sorry. Girl Melanie is gorgeous, but Kata is something built by God himself, brick by brick.
Well,
Like that
I think
woman,
that's probably I love Mecca, but I think that's a little bit of a reach in this particular situation. Only because of the situation that precipitated this game. If it was seemingly out of left field, I might go with that as a theory. But in this case, I feel like we have a targeted situation of why
yeah.
things played
No,
out
I
the way
just thought
they
it was
did.
like, oh yeah, they both are, like from
Yeah,
the opposite
no,
coin of the
no,
same
no, no,
island.
agreed, agreed.
But yeah, I think she's definitely threatened by Kata. She is gets more. I'm telling you, she took that hair out, and I've been thinking about her ever since. I
But do
can't
you
stop
think
thinking
that
about her.
she's threatened by Kata because it's Kata and Kata's gorgeous? Or do you think she would have felt that way towards any girl that tried to talk the
She
same
would have felt
here?
that way towards any girl, but it doesn't help how beautiful Kate is and how all the men get like nervous around her. Kind of like how when the new guy came in, those girls could not speak. They literally lost the
Oh, we're gonna get
ability
to
to
that.
speak.
We're gonna get into that.
Kenzie was like, he goes, "Is that not your name?" I
Yeah.
was like, "Girl, same."
So yeah, it got a little shady between Melanie and Kata just because of the whole um Sincere pulling Kata for a chat,
Mm-hmm.
Melanie clearly feeling threatened by that. And instead of just being mad at her nigga, she took it out on the girl because that's what women do. And so she basically, when she had the opportunity to get Kata slimed, she did. And Kata, what I love about this cast so far is like I feel like on Love Island UK sometimes, and even earlier seasons of Love Island, in the games, they'll sometimes be really politically correct and be like, it's just a
Oh
game.
my God.
I'm
I
gonna like,
hate when they do it's just a challenge. It's just a challenge.
yeah. And I
The
kind of
challenges are
like,
here to shake shit up. Come on.
and to like get your true feelings out there because you
Yeah.
guys are playing nice right now. So it got shady. Melanie is acting very jealous over the chat that she had with that Sincere had with Kata. But she Kata gets her lick back later on in the game. She ends up, sliming Melanie back and also throwing her little shade. More than a little bit. Kenzie feels her and Bryce. Oh, within that game, also, let me go back. Within that game, every time one of the girls had to go into like this interlude in the game where they had to go into like this
Like the money room.
a money closet, this very gorgeous 6'4" mixed black man, I guess. He
What
didn't
is
say
he?
what his
Because he has
ethnicity
an
was.
accent.
He definitely looks like he might be like somewhere up Kata's alley, like Haitian,
Yeah,
Cuban, something
he's like
like
a
that.
black islander, but he has this accent that is almost American, but almost British, but almost something else. And he's from Miami, very international.
You know what he reminded me of? And this is going to be very niche black girl. Do you remember that episode of Girlfriends where Maya was dating the Dominican baseball player? And he
Yes.
was like using his tone of voice reminded me of Maya. Like it just reminded me of that episode. I
Yes.
don't know why. Um,
Yes. I mean, I actually watched that episode recently.
yeah. Girl, I do a girlfriends rewatch once a year. That and Insecure, those are peak black girlhood shows, womanhood shows.
I wanted to be like those girlfriends so bad when I was like 10 watching that. I was like, I'm going to move to LA and
Blows
I'm
my
going to live
mind
that
that
life.
Joan is only 30 when that show starts,
I think
supposedly.
was she
She
30 or was
was
she 28?
turning
Whatever she was.
29. She was turning
Yeah,
29.
that's right. And already partner? I'm behind in life.
Like, hello, hello. The only one that was a loser, and even by like most standards, she wasn't a loser, was Lynn. I mean, she was a loser by choice. She had what, 5 degrees?
Yeah, I was like, she was highly educated and gorgeous. She
We
literally
need
just,
we might have to do a separate like girlfriends
yes,
rewatch.
yes. Okay.
Okay.
We'll
Anyways,
put that in the docket.
put it on a sticky note. So yes, they meet this 6'4" black man um named Corbin. And a few of the girls, when they all went back there to meet them, all the guys are up front and the girls are going back there one by one, and he's telling them all,
And
shh.
he like surprises them. I would have screamed because I get shocked easily.
Kinsey damn near did. Kinsey damn near did. So I mean Kinsey, Trinity. And what's interesting too was Kinsey kind of showed her ass literally in that game. I
I
think
say literally.
that's when all the guys started to kind of say, "Oh, wait a minute, Kinsey's not just a bumpkin. Like, she got a little something in there." So, they finished the game basically. Shots are fired. Sincere feels weird and in the middle because parts of the game got a little spicy with him and Kata, and I think Kinsey as well. Am I making that up? I'm
I'm
making that
pretty
up.
sure.
I'm making that up.
Yeah, it wasn't. I tried to rewatch that game and I was like falling asleep
Girl, I
last
told
night.
you guys, we were recording last night
I
until
was gonna
almost
say,
midnight. And
yeah, from like what 7 to midnight,
yeah, so I had to watch this with fresh eyes first thing this morning. But after the
and I
game is
rolled out of bed.
over, they all go back to the villa. Kinsey has a talk with Bryce, and she initially tells him that, like, I feel like we're just friend vibes. And he tells her, like, no, he's laying it on thick. He's like, no, I think that we're just laying a foundation. Bryce is hanging on to dear life because he knows Kinsey,
There's
Trinity's his only hope.
something about Bryce I kind of like. I don't
You-
know
Have you
what it
seen
is.
the memes going around saying he looks like the nerdy kid from Criminal Minds?
No, I haven't seen that. You know who he looks like to me and who he even acts like? I think it's the way he touches his hair. He reminds me of a young Schwartz.
Sure, sure.
It's you know how Schwartz's hair used to be like that when he was younger. I saw a picture of Bryce. He was like probably 4 or 5 years younger. He had a short haircut. It was very like cut. He was so fucking handsome.
I don't think Bryce is ugly. I just think
No,
he
it's the hair.
not even. I don't know. I grew up around white boys in a surfer
His hair
town. So it's not
is
even the hair for me.
bugs me. It bugs me.
I just think he just kind of looks washed, like he needs to take a shower
Yeah, his
sometimes.
hair never looks clean. It always looks greasy and dirty. But he has, I think he's a handsome man. I just want him to do something with that hair. And I kind of like his vibe. Like, I like Bryce. I want him to find love.
Yeah, I like Bryce, and I think I like him and Trinity together as long as they want to keep rocking together, sure.
I know the internet started to ship Trinity and Zach, and Trinity said, I don't think he's cute.
Wait,
But
she said
I
that
can
on the
tell he
episode?
likes her. Huh?
She said that on the episode?
She didn't say specifically Zach, but she said who she thought was cute. And it was like two men. And she's like, and no one else is doing it for me. Like literally shut it down, like not even kinda. It's these two guys. That's it.
Well, they got a text. They
They
got a
got it.
text. They got a text. And the bombshell was formally introduced. Again, I will say the girls already knew this man intimately, but the
I
men
love how
didn't
they were
even,
playing it off too.
me too. The men didn't even know he existed. So Corbin enters the villa officially, standing at 6'4", 22 years old, Miami, Florida. Here comes Corbin.
Fine, man.
He looks like he might play basketball or something like that. I'm being completely judgmental in that statement, but girl Melanie is besides herself, honey. She's falling over herself, falling over Sincere because she was sitting like next to Sincere, falling over him to get over there to talk to Corbin.
Like she is so thirsty. And you know what my issue with this is? It's not her exploring other connections. She's doing all of this to spite Sincere. And
Yeah,
I'm over it. It's like becoming, I get it. If my man was doing this, I would be like, okay, you're going to see what I'm about. But the way she's doing it is so thirsty. I'm not interested.
yes. I'm like, keep your heart three stacks. Like you could just be like, oh, okay, like I see you. I'm just gonna move a little differently. That's
Thank
all.
you. As you can tell, she's not really about that player shit. She's like a lover girl down and she's
Which is
trying to be
fine.
like that kind of girl. And it's like, you're not. And you're right. It's fine.
Well, Sincere and Casey are tripping. Them niggas was sitting on the couch like, what do we do? What do we do? They're talking. They're talking. Oh my God, I'm cooked. I'm cooked. I'm cooked. Like
Because
these
what they really
niggas
want to say
are
is
tripping.
a tall, light skinned man. And you know me, I like my men dark. But even him, I was
Well,
like, I can't
we've
even
learned in
deny.
all the years watching Bravo, you don't even have to be handsome. You just need to be tall. Ask Austin Kroll.
I was trying to explain this to my dad and my brother because they're like, my brother's a little shorter. My dad's like average height. I'm like,
Average, yeah.
you guys don't understand. When a man is tall, that is quite literally all he needs. If he is 6'2" and above, he ain't got to do nothing else because you're automatically more handsome when you're tall. Said I don't make the rules. It's like something psychological.
Courtney, you and I know someone who is 6'5" and he's decent looking, but he's quite possibly the biggest loser I've ever met in my life to this day. I've known him for like 17 years. Quite possibly the biggest loser I've ever met. Pulls him, knocks him down left and right. I mean, bitches falling
Almost got
over him,
me. He's
sleeping
so
on a
tall.
mattress, had a mattress on the floor. I digress. But my point is, all it
When you
takes
told me that, I said, never mind.
all it takes is height. That's all it takes. But it does not help. It helps that Corbin's
All it
also
takes is
attractive.
height.
It helps that Corbin's also attractive.
Yes.
He's still
Don't be fine and tall.
Corbin is still trying to actively talk to each and every girl when girl Melanie says fuck it and pulls him for a chat. And during that conversation, she's literally still falling over him to the point where they're sitting in a half circle and
But mind you, she's next to him.
she's next to him and she's boxing. Oh my God. You know what this just reminded me of? And I don't want to say too much because we're recording. It reminded me of Vegas when we met those dudes at the Cosmo. Oh, we'll talk later.
Oh
Anyways,
my
but does it not?
God.
Does
That
it
was
not?
a trip.
Is this not kind of the same situation?
No, it is 100,000% this. I'm having PTSD.
We got to leave this one in the voice notes. But anyways,
Wait, was it blocking me?
yeah, it was like the same situation. Like we're sitting in a half circle, and
Yeah.
you and my sister were to the right,
Yeah.
and me and the other one were to the left. And she was leaning forward every time
Yes.
and like also doing this so that you
Her
couldn't.
long hair.
Yeah,
Yes. Okay. Because I remember me and Denisha being like,
yeah. Anyways, we're telling too much of our business. Anyways, so Corbin's trying to talk to each and every girl. Melanie's leaning forward, really dominating the conversation. And she's just demonstrating to us. And I think we've probably all been in a situation where we've been hanging out with a girlfriend. And when niggas get around, she starts acting different. These are the kind of girls that tell
turning
jokes
it
at
up.
your these are the kind of girls that tell jokes at your expense in front of guys to make you look bad and make her look better. This is
Mm-hmm.
that girl, right?
Like, oh, remember when you peed your pants? Like, yeah, when I was 6.
Or she's still a virgin, don't worry. One of those.
Yeah.
One of those. So all of the girls are annoyed because Kinsey needs a man. She's out on a ledge by herself, and everyone knows that a time for recoupling is getting near. So they're trying to help their girl out. And so everyone, now I will say girl Melanie was not part of this conversation, but everybody kind of talked, and all the girls told Kinsey, like, yeah, you got first dibs on the bombshell. And again, if Cherie's in that villa, I'm like, fuck all that. No, the fuck she
I'm
doesn't.
going
This is
for the hot
her
man.
name. Yeah. Now, I do understand why everyone's confused by girl Melanie jumping at the bit because seemingly she's in a great couple with
And
Sincere.
you can't say, oh, like she's being so desperate, but then saying, I'm so obsessed with Sincere. I like him so much. He's hurting my feelings by talking to Kata, blah, blah, blah. Katie. I mean, what's her name?
And then there's like little side digs like that, right? Like, what are you doing? And then it's like you're trying
Don't
to
talk
act,
about the love of my life, Kata, like that.
and
Bitch,
then you're
I'll
trying
fight
to
you.
act like you're not coming from her for her to her face, like, oh, don't worry, girl, it's not that deep. But then
That's why
behind her,
Kata's like, okay, fake love. I love these girls besides
oh,
girl Melanie. I feel like all the girls are very like upfront without being aggressive.
and I
And
like
then they're
that.
very
Don't play in
mature.
my face. Don't play in my face. If you don't
They're
like
so
me or you,
upfront. I'm like, oh, I love these girls. Dude, you're not misstepping anything they're doing or saying. They're saying it.
yeah. Sincere and Sean go for a chat because Sincere's crashing the fuck out. He sees his girl talking to this
Ooh,
other
with his
dude.
long hair,
The guys are all sitting there
I want to
literally
lick him from the
analyzing
top to the bottom.
every movement that the girls are making over there talking to Corbin. I mean, they're
It is the
literally,
funniest thing.
it's hilarious. It's
Don't the
hilarious.
guys look like they're watching TV?
Everybody does. Everybody does. It's
They're
just
just like,
these are the moments in Love Island I live for where like because again this is a show where there's no laughing track, there's no like really transition,
yeah,
like not major transitions, so it just gets quiet and we as viewers get
yeah.
quiet,
They don't really
they're
have
quiet and we're all just
music.
watching these conversations. It's just hilarious. So they go for a chat. Sincere is obviously tripping, but the cards are gonna fall where they fall and he has to take a little bit of responsibility because you started this, sir.
I think he's starting to realize that, damn, I kind of shot myself in the foot. But Sincere, you're like a light skinned, mixed looking man with great hair. Someone's gonna pick you.
And what we know about Love Island is if a bombshell came in for the girls, give it a day or so. Y'all are gonna get yours. You'll see if there's
Yeah,
something else coming in for you. But
they're probably gonna pick someone who says Sincere is their number one now to shake things up. Remember how they picked Jalen up off the street? They picked Pepe up off the street in the middle of the season.
every time I think about Jalen, I think about when he left the villa because I don't know what it is about Love Island guys that when they leave the villa, they get so desperate for the internet fame that they just start doing any and everything to stay
Oh my
relevant.
God, Zaxi.
Another great example. And Jalen, bless his heart, he's married now. He's doing well in life. But Jalen came out of that villa just posting all kinds of TikToks. And the worst one I saw, he put on a horse mask and
Oh
was
yeah, that was too much.
field going horses in the stable. And he was just dancing all around with no shirt on. I said, Jalen.
It was too
Anyway,
much.
Bea pulls Girl Melanie to the side to have a very mature conversation. And I felt one way about this conversation initially. And then I got on threads and shout out to Nikki Star TV. She gave me another viewpoint that I do agree with. So in the beginning of the conversation, Melanie Bea tells Melanie, like, listen, I don't love how you moved in this whole situation with Corbin, the bombshell. You know, Kinsey needs a shot at this. And even when we were sitting here talking, you were boxing some of the girls out. You were literally boxing Kinsey out. And of course, Melanie gets on the defense, right? Because she's like, it wasn't my intention. I wasn't trying to do that. I was just trying to get to know him. And Bea's like, well, hold on, don't get defensive. All I need you to say is acknowledge it and that you'll do better. Initially, I was like, this is a very mature conversation. Melanie's handling this wrong. But then Nikki Star TV made a good point. She goes, the first part of that conversation, okay, I'll give it to you. But you're not finna sun me. You don't need to tell me I need you to acknowledge and da da
She
da da.
kept going. I'm like, Bea, keep it at the first two sentences, because to me, well, yes, this is a dating competition and we're all probably going to go after the same one or two guys, it's going to be the competition. You still don't need to be rude, and don't box me out of a conversation. I would tell my friends that if it was just a group of us girlfriends talking. That's just not manners.
Yeah.
But Bea just kept going and going. And I was like,
Yeah. It was
okay, we
very
get it.
like, she definitely big sissed her, and I don't think
Mm-hmm.
girl Melanie was asking to be big sissed. But girl Melanie's reaction from there just proved how emotionally immature she is. She
She
did
is so
start to hood
immature.
out a little bit.
She's like,
You know,
no, I'm not going back there. And then she goes to Kata, I need to talk to someone. Can I talk to you? And Kata said, oh. As she's
Kata,
holding
Kata
hands
was
with
over there.
Zach.
Kata was over there cupcaking and getting her mac on. Bitch, I don't even like
She
you.
is so in love with Zach. And honestly, they're both my number one for guy and girl. Like, I'm like, let me join in.
They literally have nothing to talk about. They just smooch, and
They
um
just gaze into
I
each
love
other's
that for
eyes.
them. I love that for them. So girl
There, it's
Melanie,
so
she
funny.
starts marching around the villa saying basically, I need 10 minutes. I need 10 minutes. I need 10 minutes. And she says this over and over again because Anaya does get up and say, wait a minute, I want to talk to her because
Someone counted it, how many times she said stuff. It was like 10 times or something.
you know what I don't like? I hate girls that are like the hold me back kind of girls, but it's like nobody needs to hold you back. That's the kind of girl she is. Like, oh
And
hell,
everyone's
I'm
sitting
not
there
the one
looking
or
at
the
her.
two, but you're not gonna bust a grape because you could have busted that grape to. But you know what it is? Bea wasn't feeding into what girl Melanie was trying to do. She
Bea
wasn't
was
feeding into
so
the need to.
relaxed. She was very laid back.
Yeah. But Anaya, she is feeling a way towards Melanie that's bubbling under the surface. So I think because that's basically where the episode ends, and we have After Sun tonight. But I think what's bubbling under the surface too is that Anaya not only wants to talk to girl Melanie about the crash out between her and Bea, but I think she also wants to bring up too that like, hey, you could have just been a little bit more direct with me, not the whole room when we were getting ready, but with me that you wanted
Yeah.
to talk to Casey. I thought we
But
were
didn't
cool.
she say that to her face at like breakfast or something? Because I
Well, they
remember
were
her
all
telling,
getting ready. They were all getting ready in
no,
the
I
midst of
remember they
it.
were already ready. And she had mentioned it again. Melanie did and was like, but the way she said it was like,
I'm
oh,
going
yeah,
to
I'm going to
do
pull
this.
Casey for a chat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not
It
saying
was
that
very like,
I'm not saying she needed to ask permission by any means,
the
but
way she said it was a little rude. It
yeah,
was a little like cocky, like, oh, I'm gonna pull Casey instead of, hey, Anaya, I'm just gonna let you know I do want to pull Casey for a chat. I want to explore other connections.
yeah,
That would have been suffice. But she's like, she said it almost like matter of fact, very general, like, oh, I'm gonna pull Casey for a chat. Like, bitch, what? My
yeah,
nigga?
yeah. And you told me, and I'm not saying like she needs to ask, but you could have even just said like, how do you feel about it? Just to get that out there, just so she got a chance to tell you, because I feel like that's what she needs. And
Yeah.
Anaya, I want you to know, baby girl, you can pull guys for chats. If that's what you want to
I
do,
don't know if it's like the new dating climate we're in, where it's like, no, if a man wanted to, he would. Don't chase men, da 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 da. But like, this is not First off, I think that's crazy. If I see a hot guy, I'm going to talk to him.
Period.
Um, but this is like not the real world, and I think everyone has to pull everyone for chats. Gender does not matter. Like,
Yeah, and you got to get yours.
what
Like
else
I'm
are you
not.
guys gonna do? You have no phone, no TV. What else are you gonna do besides talk to people all
One
day?
thing I've learned about Love Island is closed mouths don't get fed. And when you get too complacent in a couple, that's when your nigga switches up on you and then you're left scrambling, but you've made no other connections because you've been up his ass, Kaylor, the whole time.
And it's always at Casa.
It's always at Casa. So I'm just like, girls, you got to get out here and play these games because these guys are definitely going to. Just we're not even a week into this yet. It's early days, as they say. Love Island UK is going on right now, and I watch that for pleasure. We're not going to cover it on the pod, but
Yeah, I
I'm
don't watch that
hearing
one.
on threads that like what's happening on that. I love Love Island UK. It is so good every season. But everyone's saying currently
The
what's
accents are a lot for me.
oh, I don't care about that. But everyone's saying that basically this season it seems like the guys are trying to be chased on that show and it's not panning out well. And it's just like,
Yeah, that's the new climate.
but anyways, that was
It's
the
so irritating. But
episode.
wait, I
Oh,
want to
go
say
ahead, go
one
ahead.
thing.
Uh-huh.
How do you feel about, because it's driving me nuts,
Mhm.
Kinsey not even speaking to Zach every time he tries to like pull her aside?
First of all, you guys were not an actual couple. You were coupled up. Those are two different things.
Yes.
Let's start
Yeah,
there.
let's
Okay.
start with that.
And it's like also too, I could talk about the crash out of Sean and Beatrice and all these other things too. It's like such early days. You guys are not
But
ugly.
I will let Sean only slide a little bit because Bea was acting like she liked him. At least Zach said from the beginning, "You're not my type."
Well, and also in Bea's defense, with the way the show ended up running, she didn't get a chance to be honest with Sean about where her head was at before certain decisions were made for
It
her.
it all was just like, and I
We're
think
gonna
the producers, I truly think that Love Island producers, they might have games set aside because they have to make the set for them. But a lot of the things, I think they're making up on the fly,
oh,
depending on how
definitely.
they're acting. Because I
No,
think they
no,
said,
no.
whatever, bring a bombshell in right now. Go get him. Okay, now let's do this because
No,
I see a way
definitely.
to make this messy. So yeah, she didn't even have time to talk to Sean. It was,
No,
and
that
then she's
is exactly how Love Island is produced. Like I've read so many behind the scenes, so many articles. That's exactly how that show is
like,
produced.
remember how they
So
brought back Nick and Olandria? They're like, hey, we need a bistro table, make it sexy. We're putting them on a
these
date.
producers for this show live in the comments, they live on Twitter, they live on threads, they live in the social medias. So they definitely hear what the fans are saying and take it to heart. They definitely see what's going on and which way to swing the show. But yeah, I just think it's very, very, very early. I think Kinsey, I heard once, and I don't know if this is just for Love Island UK, I heard that they're not allowed to say no when people want to pull them for a chat. So I find it interesting that this is not being addressed because I've heard that more than once. I don't know if that's actually true, but I've heard
I'm
that
trying
no
to think
matter
if
what,
I've,
if someone wants to pull you for a chat, eventually you have to talk to them. That's what I've heard.
yeah, I'm trying to, because it's funny you say that because I was just watching season 6, and this was after the whole Daya Cordell thing. And Cordell's like, Serena, can I pull you for a chat? And she said no. And then she's like, oh, I'm just joking. And he goes, are you allowed to say no here? And he literally asked that. He's like, are you allowed to say no if someone wants to pull you for a chat? Kind of like,
Yeah.
hmm.
I heard that. I heard that during like the Tommy and Molly May season in UK because there was a lot going on in that season.
Because if you're always saying no, then yeah, you're never going to get this conflict resolution.
And this again is not like your typical reality show where they're living their regular lives. They're literally in one single location. So if we're not having conversations, we don't have a show.
What are we doing? You literally only, you don't have any, you don't have a phone.
Yeah, yeah,
You have nothing else to do. But
yeah.
I'm actually loving the players. I'm warming up to them. They are much hotter than their photography.
This is
I
a
commented on
great
Peacock's
these
Instagram. You
these
need to sue that photographer because they all look busted as hell and they're
they
all hot.
well Peacock is responsible. They hired,
That's what I said.
they need to fire themselves is my point. They
I'm like,
approved those
what was that
photos.
photographer? Because
Um
these people are hot.
No, this is a really good looking cast across the board, the guys and the girls. I totally agree with that. And what
And
I
they have
do
regular
like
faces.
about it is that exactly like when you watch Love Island UK and even previous seasons of Love Island USA, but especially UK, you can all those girls look exactly the same in UK. They all have like the Essex blonde streaks, big ass puppy lips. Like, I don't know how to
Taken
explain
standard.
it, but I've seen it described on TikTok as like the trashy London girl kind
Yeah,
of
I know. No, oh,
aesthetic.
I'm on that. I'm on that side of TikTok
They're
sometimes.
calling it that, not me. I literally don't care, so don't come for me. But my point is, that's what they all look like over there. And somebody said regarding Kata, actually it was Bravo Historian on Threads. She goes, not Kata, regarding Kenzie. She goes, I think you guys aren't used to seeing people whose faces actually move. And somebody said, no, we're used to people blinking. And she goes,
Yeah,
fair.
she is always like I love a face that moves. I love Botox, but I also think your face should move a little bit. Kinsey is just like
And also, in the words of Phyllis on The Office, close your mouth, you look like a trout.
that was a really good line, Phyllis.
She
But
ate
also
Cam's
a
ass
lot of
up with that one. She
she
ate Cam's
did.
ass up.
I so but also like a lot of blue-eyed, and I have a lot of blue-eyed friends. They love to show you their eyes are blue. They're always like posing like this.
Yeah, yeah. I
It's
just
their
think,
thing.
yeah. But that was the
And
episode.
I think she's just
Oh,
erratic right now. She's a little, she's vulnerable.
yeah, no, I think that's her general demeanor. Like, I think she's just, some people are just really high strung, and I think Kinsey's just kind of a high strung white girl.
I'm
Cool.
learning to love her.
I don't have anything against her. She doesn't bother me the way she bothers everybody else.
Yeah, I think she's fun.
Yeah. But that was the episode. Sorry, I wasn't like trying to keep cutting you off, but gotta get to
Oh yeah, you gotta go. You
basketball.
gotta go.
Yeah, I got
Sorry.
basketball. But anyways, we have After Sun tonight. We get a much needed break, but we'll be right
Yes.
back here Sunday night, right after the episode. That's our goal to give you our fresh thoughts, hot off the dome. We'll see you
Yes.
here Sunday night. Bye.
Bye.